It was raining the night Emily Hayes' world ended. The doctors had just told her father, Richard Hayes, a billionaire who could buy almost anything in the world, that his only daughter's heart was failing. A rare infection had destroyed too much too fast. Without a donor, Emily wouldn't make it to Monday. Outside the hospital window, the city lights blurred through the rain as if the whole world was crying with her. At just 19, Emily had everything: private jets, designer clothes, and a smile that appeared on magazine covers. But in that moment, none of it mattered. All the money in the world couldn't buy her time. Just a few blocks away, under the same storm, a young man named Liam was digging through a trash bin behind a restaurant. 2 years of homelessness had taught him how to survive off scraps, but not how to stop feeling invisible. As he searched for food, his hand touched something buried in the mud: a black leather wallet. Inside was $500 in cash, a sleek black credit card, and a small photo of a smiling girl with golden hair and ocean blue eyes. Emily. Liam stared at the photo. He could have kept the wallet. That money could buy food, maybe even a small room for a few nights. But something about the girl's smile stopped him. She looked happy. Something he hadn't felt in years. Shivering, soaked, and hungry, Liam walked through the rain to the hospital address printed on a medical receipt inside the wallet. Security almost pushed him out, but then Richard saw him. "You dropped this," Liam said softly, holding out the wallet. The billionaire looked at him, his soaked clothes, thin frame, tired eyes, and took it with disbelief. "Thank you, son," he whispered, trying to hand him some cash. But Liam shook his head. "I don't want your money, sir. I just hope she gets better." Richard's smile was weak, but his eyes said everything. He didn't know those words would soon mean everything. The next morning, Liam woke up on the park bench he called home. He heard people talking at a nearby newsstand. That Hayes girl, no donor yet. She won't make it long. Something inside him twisted. He didn't know why he cared about a stranger. Maybe because he'd lost his little sister to an illness no one could afford to treat. Maybe because that smile reminded him of her. He went back to the hospital, asking to see Emily. "Only family," the nurse said gently. Liam begged, whispering, "Please, tell her Liam's here." I gave back her father's wallet. Hours later, Emily asked to meet him. When Liam walked into her hospital room, her pale face lit up. "You found my dad's wallet?" she said weakly. He nodded. "No one has done something kind for me in a long time without wanting something back," she whispered. Liam smiled shyly. "Well, kindness is all I've got." They talked for hours, about the stars he watched from park benches, about the places she dreamed of seeing. For a little while, they forgot the ticking clock. But time didn't forget them. That night, Emily's condition worsened. Machines screamed, doctors rushed. Richard stood frozen, helpless, as they tried to keep her alive. Without a heart, she wouldn't make it to morning. In the waiting area, Liam sat clutching a chocolate bar someone had given him. He overheard the words that shattered him. "No matches. We've checked everyone." And then, fate whispered. The nurse had asked his blood type yesterday. It matched Emily's. He ran to the doctors. "Test me," he begged. "Please." They stared at him, confused. "Son, do you understand what that means?" "Yes," he whispered. "I understand." Hours later, Richard fell to his knees when the doctors said they'd found a perfect donor. He didn't ask who. It didn't matter. His daughter had a chance. The surgery began before sunrise. Days later, Emily opened her eyes. She felt strange, stronger. Her father's face hovered above her, covered in tears. "You made it, baby. You're going to be okay." Then she noticed the empty bed by the window. On the table beside it, a folded note. Her trembling fingers opened it. "Dear Emily, I don't have much in this world. No home, no family, no future. But I had one thing left to give, and I wanted it to mean something. You once said kindness was all I had. Maybe now it'll help you live the life I never could. Don't waste a single second. Smile for me sometimes. Liam." Emily's tears soaked the paper. Richard's knees gave out beside her bed. The world had told Liam he was worthless. But in the end he gave more than anyone ever could, his heart. Months later, the Hayes Foundation opened the Liam Heart Center, a children's hospital wing filled with bright stars and words of hope. Emily often sat there at night, looking at the sky, whispering, "Thank you, Liam, for giving me life, and for teaching me how to live A year after the surgery, Emily was no longer the billionaire's daughter with a perfect smile. She was a girl who read to sick kids, laughed in hospital corridors, and wore sneakers instead of designer heels. Around her wrist was a single silver bracelet with one word engraved, hope, and every time she felt her heart beating, she remembered the boy who once lived in the shadows and chose to give his everything for someone he barely knew.